Hey everybody, welcome to Mike's Beer Blog. And today we're going to be talking about the Shiner Heatwave Summer Seasonal. Let's get into it. This is going to be a 3 beer tasting. I think it cost $14 for a 12 pack with 3 different kinds of beers. It features a Berliner Weizen, which is a type of Weizbier, wheat beer. Another kind of wheat beer that is the Agua Fresca, I think is what it was. Agua Fresca, meaning fresh waters. And Shiner Prickly Pear, which is a fruit beer made with prickly pear. So we're going to start with the one I'm probably most intimidated by. Ironically enough, because I love watermelon, and I like water too. And I, of course, like beer. We're going to start off with Shiner's Agua Fresca. Let's get into it. I couldn't find much on this beer. It is a wheat beer, and on the can it says with added natural flavor. Whatever that means or may entail. I'll give you guys a nice look at that. That is actually really, really pretty. It's got the standard wheat beer color, but I'm guessing because of the added watermelon, it's common Agua Fresca is going to be something involving watermelon and lime. A lot of times it uses flowers such as hibiscus and things like that. They're native Mexican things, native Mexican ingredients. So it's got a nice pink hue to it. Not overly pink. And I was actually able to smell it the moment I opened the can. It smells a lot like watermelon. Kind of reminds me of a watermelon lime margarita. Fun fact, all you need to make a watermelon lime margarita is some watermelon, lime, and a blender, and tequila. Or rum, and make it a daiquiri. Or vodka, and just make it like you're drinking watermelon and lime. It's a good way. Personally, like, even in a family of 4, like, you still end up having extra watermelon. At least I always did. So just cut it up, throw it in a blender, slap some tequila in it. It's pretty fire. So let's get the nose on this. The wheat comes through on the beer a little bit, but it is masked by those the strong watermelon lime flavor. I'm assuming it's added after the fermentation process and filtration. I'm guessing it's just a little bit of watermelon juice and a little bit of lime. I'm not sure. Like I said, Shiner didn't say. I couldn't find a lot of information on it from Shiner, so I didn't want to make any random variables and put my foot in my mouth. Here's to you. Decent. Fruit notes up front. Watermelon comes through a little bit. Watermelon is, I think, 80% water, so it is a little watery. The beer itself, I think, is 4.1 ABV, something like that. It's not super strong, and that may be because of the 4.5, actually. But it's not super strong, and that's probably because the extra watering down from the watermelon. The lime comes through a little bit of citrus. It's not bad. It's definitely refreshing. If I was outside, it's probably 80 something degrees outside right now. At night, if it was day, it'd be 90 something, 100 something. But yeah, this would actually be a really good, like, if you're mowing the lawn kind of thing, because it's reminiscent of being refreshing, but it's still a beer. You do still get a little bit of the beer character, but is it so much wheat beer? They say it is, but it's very reminiscent of a fruit beer to me. All in all, not too bad. A little bit of tartness on the end. Next one. This one is going to be Shiner's Berliner Weiss. Now, a little history on Berliner Weiss. It was the preferred beer of Berlin at some point. It might still be. I think they said 50 some odd breweries in Berlin brew Berliner Weiss. I will not be making a Mr. Gorbachev reference. You can do that at home. I'm sure you've already made it because I've said Berlin like 4 times. Some other notes is this is a wheat beer very common in North Germany. It's I've gone over Weiss beers a little bit before in previous episodes, so I kind of don't feel like there's a lot of need to go more into it. I will probably be doing a exclusive Weiss beer or Hefeweiss episode at some point, so at that point I can get the paperwork and get really into the nitty gritty on it. Till then, very pretty, nice golden color. Yeah, no pink hue on this one. Good foam top. Decent bubble configuration. You can see that this beer is alive. It is vibrant. It is carbonated. The yeast has done its job. Let's see. Lactic acid on the nose. Lots of lemon peel, reminiscent of citrus. Lemon peel. Most certainly lemon peel. Probably lemon husk and flesh itself as well. Very lemony. A lot of acid coming through on that. A little bit of regular white bread notes. Some butter too, like buttery bread. Not bad. Here's to you. The acid is very strong. Good bit of sourness on the front. It's not a sour ale for sure. You can tell that this is sourness coming from the fermentation process, the way that the wheat's been treated. Lots of sourness. Good bit of sourness, and it gives you some grassy notes coming back. Reminds me of lime. Some just fresh cut grass. Once again, I can see why this is a good summer beer. You know, once again, you're out there in the heat and working, doing your lawn, doing your garden, and you've already got that vegetal stuff all in your system because of that smell, and then you try one of those, and it's already reminiscent of what you've been doing, so it just feels kind of at home. But it's nice and cool, not overly heavy like a stout or anything like that. That's one of the things why summer beers are always kind of fruit beers, wheat beers, pale ales, things like that. This next one is a fruit beer, and this is a reoccurring member of the Shiner family. I've seen it several times. I can't even remember the first time I've had it. This is Shiner Prickly Pear. And I actually took some notes on this one. What Shiner has to say about it. At least this is, I think it came from the Shiner website, so I'll just say allegedly. Double good in triple digits. I don't know what that means. Our unique summer seasonal is made with fruit of prickly pear, a cactus native to Shiner, Texas, with a tart citrus flavor and a crisp finish. The best use of cactus yet. I want to say agave is a cactus. And agave makes tequila. It also makes porqué. Or porqué. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever. Porqué. Poke, I think is how it's pronounced. Because it's the agave becomes the poke and the poke becomes the tequila. I don't know. I'm not a tequila expert. Mike's Tequila blog. We'll start that next year. But, yeah, assuming agave is not a cactus, I'm 90% sure it is. Maybe this prickly pear is a very good use of cactus for beer. A lot of people also eat it, and I don't know. You can't drink cactus juice like people do in the movies. It's just a bad idea, apparently. Let's get into this. I could have poured a little bit harder. 2-finger-ish. It smells good. You can see those big old bubbles. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Like I said, I've had this one before, so I was already excited about it when I saw it again. It is a fruit beer, and normally I don't boast too much about fruit beers, but the utilization of the prickly pear in this makes it really unique. And I think I'm just a fan of prickly pear. Like anytime I see like a prickly pear margarita or something, just yeah, that sounds great. I'm a fan of just regular lime margaritas as well. Foam top's dissipated pretty quickly. That's a bummer. I ran out of those tulip glasses, so we're just gonna use a beer mug. Be all right. Once again, lots of carbonation. The beer is alive. And I can get the nose on this. I was able to smell the prickly pear the moment I opened the can. So I'm going to get a long nose on this, see what I can decode. The wheat's coming through of the barley. You get a lot of sugars off of that. A lot of sugars off of that. Prickly pear fruit must be really sweet. I want to try prickly pear fruit. I don't think I've had the privilege to have one yet. Some fruit gum, the prickly pear, a little bit of citrus maybe, and some kind of toasty bread notes, a little bit of toast in there, light toast. That's nice. Some weird stagnation too. Reminds me of wine in a way, like fermented grapes. That's interesting. The fermented fruit, I guess. Logically. A good bit of sugar. Like it smells sweet. It's inviting. Let's get the pull. And get those fruit notes up front. It does remind me of bubblegum, in particular like the older fruit stripe gum, or maybe some regular pink bubblegum. Reminds me of that. Regular pink bubblegum goes into some maybe pineapple kind of thing. I don't know what a prickly pear is supposed to taste like, but prickly pear, I'm assuming. It's kind of a unique flavor, and that may be why I like it. It's just something that a lot of people don't do or have done a lot of. Maybe prickly pear fruits don't grow in abundance. I don't know, but yeah, it's bubblegum, sweet fruit, leads you into the wheat and the barley notes a little bit, dries you out, and then gives you a little bit more of that bubblegum as it chases down the palate. This is a little complicated. This is pretty good fruit beer. I would say if I had to put them in order, actually I will put them in order. Prickly pear number 1, Berliner Weiss number 2, and Agua Fresca way out number 3. I would say these two are kind of close. It would definitely depend on my mood. If I was actually outside and it was super hot, I would probably think this would be better. Because this would give you more of a crispness, where this is still a bit of a dessert beer. It would be it would be refreshing equally, but I don't think, because once again, like, you're outside, you're working in the garden. There's smells and uh, textures, and your hands are dirty, and you touched your face with your hands 3 times to wipe sweat away. So you got some like random sediment in your in your mouth and in your nose, and the grass smells everywhere. And the Berliner Weiss will come through that bitterness, that sourness will come through that, whereas the prickly pear is a little more mild in flavor. Granted, I would say it has a little more depth of flavor, but the flavors are more mild. They're not robust. If you are an IPA drinker, you will most certainly enjoy that Berliner Weiss. If you're a fruit beer drinker, you will most certainly enjoy the prickly pear. And I would actually say this guy, this Agua Fresca, I'd probably give that to the seltzer drinker. That's just me. I recently did a sparkling water review on TikTok. You can check that out. Mike's Beer Blog on TikTok. Check out some more of my beer reviews. Join my Facebook group, Mike's Beer Blog, on Facebook. You can also like the page. I try to post everything up to date on the page. You can check out my website, mikesbeerblog.com. I'm on YouTube, Mike's Beer Blog on YouTube. Check out my summer cocktails. Check out my reviews with some of my friends. Check out my Pride and Joy right now, where I turned a beer drinker into a beer lover, or at least a beer liker, a beer okay with her. But with all that being said, guys, spirits up.